From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, March 22nd, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.75 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,183 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $262. Antiwar.com reports while the Likud party has already claimed victory in this week's elections in Israel, getting enough partners on board for a coalition government is not an easy task, with early talks indicating several factions want the defense portfolio. Avigdor Lieberman promised his supporters he'd take the portfolio after the election and wipe out the entire Gaza Strip. A poor election day showing doesn't appear to have changed his mind, and he's still demanding the spot. So is fellow hawk Naftali Bennett, who is demanding the spot and also wants Netanyahu to assure him that Palestinian statehood will not happen during the current coalition. Moshe Kahlon is quite happy to be promised the finance ministry portfolio, but also wants one of his party's members of parliament to get the defense portfolio, reflecting their strong showing in the vote and warning Netanyahu that their backing is not assured. Likud wants the current major portfolios to stay in place, meaning Yalon would remain defense minister, Lieberman would remain finance minister, and Bennett economics minister. Finance ministry is the only major spot changing hands from Yair Lapid, who is headed to the opposition, to Kahlon. That's Likud's ideal at least, but given the long road to getting a 60-seat majority, expect those plans to change and for several different proposals to be floated before everyone is satisfied. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports 3 South Florida police officers were fired and a 4th resigned over the exchange of racially biased videos and messages, according to officials. Fort Lauderdale Police Department announced on Friday the termination of Chris Sousa, James Wells, and Jason Holding, as well as the resignation of Alex Alvarez. A 5-month internal affairs investigation found the officers had exchanged text messages using racially offensive terms in reference to black people encountered in the line of duty, as well as critical comments about the grammar, appearance, and work ethic of black co-workers. The investigation began when Alvarez's ex-fiancée came forward with evidence. Dozens of pages of messages revealed text advocating violence towards blacks, while others featured derogatory comments towards Hispanics and homosexuals. According to investigators, Alvarez created a mock video trailer called The Hoods, which featured images of a KKK hood and President Obama with large gold teeth. Fort Lauderdale Police Chief Frank Adderley said the officers worked in a predominantly black community. The Fraternal Order of Police said in a statement on Friday that it is a multicultural organization which does not tolerate racism, but added that everyone is entitled to due process and that these officers have a right to a fair review of facts. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Coinbase. Coinbase is a simple and secure online Bitcoin wallet for sending, receiving, and storing Bitcoin. I trust Coinbase. You should too. Get started at coinbase.fppradio.com. That's coinbase.fppradio.com. Reuters reports Iran's top leader voiced mistrust on Saturday of U.S. efforts to reach a nuclear deal, even as Washington and its allies spoke of real progress and urged Tehran to make difficult decisions. With just 10 days remaining until an end-of-March deadline for a framework agreement, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei denounced U.S. bullying in the negotiations and repeated Tehran's denial that it was seeking to develop a nuclear weapon. After week-long talks with Iran in Switzerland, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry flew to London to confer with his counterparts from Britain, France, and Germany on prospects for resolving the dispute, which goes back more than a decade and has threatened at times to unleash a new war in the Middle East. In a joint statement, the foreign ministers said they agreed that substantial progress has been made with Iran in key areas, but some important issues remain outstanding. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.